Hello, everybody. My name is Tony Rinaudo, and I'm the Principal Climate Action Advisor at World Vision Australia. My career in land restoration began in Niger Republic, West Africa, where my wife and I lived for 17 years, working with smallholder landowners to restore their land. In my current role with World Vision, I'm the global spokesperson for Farmer Managed Natural Regeneration, or simply FMNR, which is a subset of assisted natural regeneration. FMNR involves the selection and management of trees and shrubs that regenerate naturally from living stumps, roots, and the soil seed bank. On one level, FMNR is a technical approach using the same ecological principles and practices as ANR. On another level, it's a development approach focused on awareness raising, mindset change, and empowering land users to restore and sustainably manage vegetation. And on a third level, when FMNR is adopted at scale, it becomes a landscape level restoration tool. So not only agricultural land, but grazing lands and forest lands as well. But we can do this on a landscape level. What began as a local practice on the edge of the Sahara Desert has grown into a global movement, now applied from hyper-arid zones to the humid tropics, from alpine regions to mangrove systems. FMNR and therefore ANR are central to everything that I do. World Vision has committed to the ambitious target to restore 1 billion hectares of degraded land worldwide through FMNR and broader regreening initiatives. My role involves advocacy through speaking and writing, engagement with donors and policymakers, teaching, mentoring, and supporting implementing partners. I've been promoting FMNR for over 40 years, and I remain as passionate today as when I first started, simply because it works. It's effective. This conviction follows years of deeply frustrating and costly failure using conventional reforestation practices. FMNR delivers environmental, social, and economic benefits. It works quickly, at very low cost, and significantly, it works at scale. I often describe FMNR as a no-regrets technology. There are few, if any, significant downsides, but many substantial positive impacts. FMNR is fundamentally about working with nature and working with people. In that sense, its underlying principles are widely applicable. Historically, the greatest uptake has been in Africa, particularly in the arid and semi-arid zones receiving up to 1,000 millimeters of rainfall. This is largely because FMNR is low risk to the land user, costs very little, and gives a return very quickly, often within the first year, with increasing benefits as the trees grow. The higher the rainfall, the more options that land users have, and the more likely they are to opt for those land uses which they perceive to be more profitable. So it doesn't mean it doesn't work in the higher rainfall areas, but land users are more likely to opt for other activities. While application in humid or densely forested systems may require adaptation, the core logic of ANR, removing constraints and supporting natural recovery, remain valid across ecosystems. One of the universal challenges that I've faced over the years is that people tend to resist change. FMNR often challenges conventional wisdom and long-established practices, so initial skepticism and even strong resistance, that's common. Our response has been to walk alongside people, listen carefully, learn from their wisdom, and respectfully challenge false assumptions. We often ask questions such as, if we continue business as usual, destroying the environment, what does that mean for our children's future? It's a very powerful question. And when people articulate the consequences themselves of this type of environmental vandalism, the consequences of that, this becomes a powerful motivation for change. We then invite farmers to test FMNR on a small area of land for one season, followed by a joint evaluation. This approach minimizes risk and potential ridicule that practitioners might receive. It creates a safe learning space and it builds confidence. Because regeneration is often surprisingly rapid and the benefits come even in the first year, communities frequently choose to continue to expand FMNR on their own initiative. The impacts of FMNR and ANR are wide-ranging and interconnected. Environmentally, we see improvements in soil fertility, biodiversity, microclimate, groundwater recharge, and watershed function. Increased organic matter improves soil moisture retention, while trees reduce temperature extremes, wind speeds, and evaporation. Socially and economically, farmers experience increased crop yields, improved livestock production, higher incomes, reduced migration, fewer conflicts over scarce resources. Critically, households become more resilient to climatic shocks, and children are better able to attend school. And I just add there, this approach of restoring the environment reduces the risk in farming. So people are more likely to invest and improve their agriculture, making their land more productive. Over the years, I've learnt 3 key lessons. First, there's no such thing as wasteland, only potential land. Degraded landscapes are often written off as being beyond repair, yet nature has remarkable regenerative capacity if we remove key constraints, such as repeated severe fire, continuous overgrazing, and indiscriminate cutting. And if we provide modest assistance through protection, pruning, and weeding. Second, people are not the problem, they're the solution. When informed, empowered, and granted secure rights to benefit from restoration, land users become highly motivated agents of change. Considering the scale of global land degradation, 2 to 3 billion hectares, restoration will only be possible if millions of smallholder farmers are enabled, not bypassed. Third, restoration cannot rely solely on a project mindset. Projects tend to deliver slow, linear progress constrained by budgets, timelines, and project geographic boundaries. What we need are regreening movements, unconstrained by geography or funding cycles or timeframes, and driven by the motivation and enthusiasm of land users themselves. In Niger Republic, FMNR spread at approximately 250,000 hectares per year for 20 years. And they did this largely without government or NGO support. That's the power of movement-based restoration. You can find more information about FMNR on our website, the FMNR Hub, that's FMNR HUB. I want to thank Robin and Sarah for the invitation to share with you from my experiences, and I hope that you found this helpful. Thank you.